Saladin, a name that echoes through history, was born Yusuf ibn Ayyub in 1137. His birthplace was Tikrit, a town on the banks of the Tigris in present-day Iraq. Saladin's family, of Kurdish origin, was steeped in military tradition. His father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, served as the governor of Tikrit. Saladin's upbringing was far from ordinary. He received a privileged education, immersing himself in the study of the Quran, Islamic theology, and Arabic literature. His early years were marked by a deep appreciation for knowledge and a thirst for understanding. He excelled in his studies, demonstrating a keen intellect and a passion for learning. His scholarly pursuits laid the foundation for his future leadership. They instilled in him a strong sense of justice, discipline, and a profound respect for Islamic principles. These values would guide his actions throughout his life. Despite his scholarly inclinations, Saladin was drawn to the military world. He was trained in the art of warfare, learning the skills of swordsmanship, horsemanship, and military strategy. His family's military background provided him with invaluable experience and connections. This prepared him for the challenges that lay ahead. Saladin's early life was a blend of scholarly pursuits and military training, shaping him into a well-rounded individual. He was equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to navigate the complex political and military landscape of the time. Saladin's entry into the world of politics and warfare began in 1164. He joined his uncle Asad ad-Din Shirkuh, a prominent military commander, on an expedition to Egypt. This was a pivotal moment in Saladin's life, marking the beginning of his rise to power. Egypt at the time was ruled by the Fatimid Caliphate, a Shia Muslim dynasty facing internal strife and external threats. Saladin's role in these expeditions was initially minor. However, he quickly proved himself to be a capable soldier and a shrewd strategist. Over the next few years, Saladin's influence in Egypt grew steadily. He displayed extraordinary military prowess, leading successful campaigns and gaining the respect of his troops. His uncle's death in 1169 presented Saladin with an opportunity to further solidify his position. He was appointed as the Vizier of Egypt, effectively becoming the most powerful figure in the Fatimid government. As Vizier, Saladin skillfully navigated the treacherous waters of Egyptian politics. He consolidated his power, reformed the administration, and strengthened the army. Saladin's ultimate goal was to restore Sunni Islam as the dominant faith in Egypt. He carefully maneuvered to achieve this objective, gradually undermining the Fatimid Caliphate. In 1171, he abolished the Fatimid Caliphate, establishing himself as the undisputed ruler of Egypt. This marked a turning point in Islamic history, as Egypt, a land of immense strategic and symbolic importance, returned to the Sunni fold. Saladin's rise to power was a testament to his military acumen, political astuteness, and unwavering determination. Saladin's control of Egypt provided him with a powerful base from which to extend his influence across the Islamic world. He embarked on a series of campaigns, aiming to unite Muslim territories under his banner. Saladin's military campaigns were characterized by strategic brilliance and tactical flexibility. He understood the importance of logistics, choosing his battles carefully, and ensuring the well-being of his troops. Saladin's military successes were not solely due to his skills as a commander. He was also a master of diplomacy, forging alliances and skillfully leveraging political rivalries to his advantage. One of Saladin's primary objectives was to unite the Muslim world against the Crusader states in the Levant. The Crusaders, Christian armies from Europe, had established a presence in the Holy Land in the 11th century. Their presence was a constant source of tension and conflict with the Muslim world. Saladin recognized the need for a united Muslim front to counter the Crusader threat. He devoted himself to this cause, rallying Muslim rulers to his banner and consolidating his control over Syria and other territories. Through a combination of military victories, strategic alliances, and shrewd diplomacy, Saladin established himself as the most powerful figure in the Muslim world. By 1187, he had unified Egypt, Syria, and parts of Mesopotamia under his rule. This achievement solidified his position as the champion of Islam and set the stage for his confrontation with the Crusaders. Saladin's mastery of both warfare and politics enabled him to build a powerful empire and prepare for the monumental struggle that lay ahead. The Battle of Hattin, fought in 1187, stands as a pivotal moment in the history of the Crusades. It was a resounding victory for Saladin, a testament to his military genius and a crushing defeat for the Crusader forces. The battle took place near Tiberias, in present-day Israel, on a scorching summer day. Saladin, with his superior numbers and strategic insight, lured the Crusader army into a waterless plain. He then encircled them, cutting off their access to water and supplies. The Crusader army, led by King Guy of Jerusalem, was ill-prepared for the harsh conditions and Saladin's cunning tactics. Thirst and exhaustion weakened their resolve, making them vulnerable to Saladin's relentless attacks. The battle raged for hours, with both sides displaying great courage and ferocity. However, Saladin's strategic advantage proved decisive. The Crusader army, decimated by thirst, exhaustion, and Saladin's relentless assaults, finally collapsed. The Battle of Hattin was a crushing defeat for the Crusaders. King Guy of Jerusalem was captured, along with many other Crusader leaders and knights. Saladin's victory sent shockwaves through the Crusader states, leaving them vulnerable to his advancing armies. The capture of Jerusalem, the most prized possession of the Crusaders, followed shortly after. The Battle of Hattin marked a turning point in the Crusades, shifting the balance of power in favor of the Muslim world. It solidified Saladin's reputation as a brilliant military strategist and a formidable opponent. The clash between Saladin and Richard the Lionheart, King of England, stands as one of the most compelling chapters in the history of the Crusades. These two legendary figures, representing opposing sides of a religious and cultural divide, engaged in a fierce yet respectful rivalry. Their interactions, marked by both conflict and moments of chivalry, offer a glimpse into the complex dynamics of warfare in the medieval era. Richard the Lionheart, renowned for his military prowess and his chivalrous code of conduct, arrived in the Holy Land in 1191, determined to reclaim the territories lost to Saladin. The ensuing conflict between Saladin and Richard was a clash of titans. Both leaders were skilled military strategists, leading their armies with courage and determination. Battles raged across the Holy Land with victories and setbacks on both sides. Despite the intensity of the conflict, Saladin and Richard maintained a level of mutual respect. They recognized each other's military skills and leadership qualities. There were instances of chivalrous conduct on the battlefield, with acts of mercy and respect shown towards fallen enemies. The most famous example of their mutual respect occurred during the siege of Acre. When Richard fell ill, Saladin sent him gifts of fresh fruit and ice, recognizing his opponent's suffering and offering aid. In another instance, when Richard's horse was killed in battle, Saladin sent him a replacement, acknowledging the importance of a worthy adversary having a suitable mount. These acts of chivalry, while seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of the conflict, highlighted the human element amidst the brutality of war. They demonstrated that even in the midst of conflict, respect and compassion could exist between adversaries. Saladin's legacy extends far beyond his military achievements. He is remembered as a unifier of the Muslim world, a leader who brought together disparate factions under the banner of Islam. His efforts to revitalize Islamic unity had a profound impact on the political and religious landscape of the time, shaping the course of Islamic history for centuries to come. Saladin's rise to power coincided with a period of fragmentation and weakness within the Islamic world. Muslim territories were divided, ruled by rival dynasties, often engaged in conflict with one another. This disunity left them vulnerable to external threats, particularly from the Crusader states in the Levant. Saladin recognized the urgent need for Muslim unity. He dedicated himself to this cause, using his military prowess and political acumen to bring together various Muslim factions under his leadership. He emphasized the importance of Islamic solidarity, urging Muslim rulers to set aside their differences and unite against a common enemy. Saladin's message resonated throughout the Muslim world. His military successes against the Crusaders further boosted his image as the champion of Islam. His efforts to promote Islamic unity were not limited to military campaigns. He invested in religious institutions, supporting the construction of mosques and madrasas, centers of Islamic learning. He sought to revitalize Islamic scholarship and piety, fostering a sense of shared identity among Muslims. Saladin's legacy as a unifier of the Muslim world is deeply ingrained in Islamic historical memory. He is remembered as a leader who revived the spirit of Islamic unity, inspiring future generations to strive for solidarity and cooperation. His efforts to strengthen the Islamic world laid the foundation for a resurgence of Islamic power and influence in the centuries that followed. Saladin's impact extends beyond the Islamic world. He is a figure who has captured the imagination of the West, often portrayed as a chivalrous and noble adversary. His reputation for fairness, justice, and military prowess earned him the respect of his enemies, a rare feat for a leader engaged in such intense religious and cultural conflict. During the Crusades, a period marked by intense religious fervor and often brutal warfare, Saladin stood out as an exception. He treated his prisoners with mercy, often releasing them without ransom, a stark contrast to the practices of some Crusader leaders. His reputation for justice extended beyond the battlefield. He was known for his fair treatment of non-Muslims under his rule, allowing them to practice their religions freely and protecting their rights. Saladin's reputation for chivalry and fairness was not merely a matter of propaganda. Chroniclers from both the Muslim and Christian worlds documented instances of his honorable conduct, cementing his image as a virtuous and admirable leader. His reputation transcended the religious and cultural divide, making him a figure respected even by his adversaries. Saladin's portrayal in Western literature and art reflects this admiration. He is often depicted as a valiant and honorable warrior, a wise and just ruler. His image has been romanticized in countless works, from epic poems to historical novels and operas. This enduring image of Saladin as a chivalrous and noble adversary serves as a powerful reminder that even in the midst of conflict, respect and admiration can exist between individuals from opposing sides. It highlights the possibility of finding common ground and shared values, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable differences. Saladin's success as a leader stemmed from a unique blend of strength and compassion. He was a formidable military commander, capable of inspiring his troops to achieve remarkable victories. Yet, he was also known for his mercy, his sense of justice, and his deep respect for his adversaries. This combination of qualities made him an exceptional leader, one who commanded both fear and admiration. Saladin's military leadership was characterized by strategic brilliance and tactical flexibility. He understood the importance of logistics, carefully planning his campaigns and ensuring the well-being of his troops. He was known for leading from the front, inspiring his soldiers with his courage and determination. Yet Saladin's strength was not limited to military prowess. He was a shrewd diplomat, capable of forging alliances and navigating complex political situations. He understood the importance of unity, dedicating himself to bringing together disparate Muslim factions under his banner. What truly set Saladin apart was his compassion. He was known for his merciful treatment of prisoners, often releasing them without ransom, a stark contrast to the practices of some of his adversaries. He was respected for his fair treatment of non-Muslims under his rule, allowing them to practice their religions freely and protecting their rights. Saladin's leadership style was a reflection of his deep religious faith. He saw himself as an instrument of God's will, tasked with upholding justice and defending the Islamic faith. His actions were guided by a strong moral compass, a belief in fairness and compassion, even in the midst of conflict. Saladin's legacy as a leader continues to inspire. He embodied the ideal of a ruler who was both strong and compassionate, a leader who could achieve great things while remaining true to his principles. Saladin's death in 1193 at the age of 55 marked the end of an era. He left behind a vast empire stretching from Egypt to Mesopotamia, a testament to his military and political achievements. However, his death also triggered a succession crisis as his vast domains were divided among his sons and other family members. This division of his empire led to internal conflicts and weakened the unity he had so carefully built. Saladin's sons, lacking their father's unifying charisma and political skills, struggled to maintain control over the vast territories he had conquered. Rivalries emerged among them, leading to infighting and instability. The Ayyubid dynasty, established by Saladin, continued to rule over Egypt and parts of the Levant for several decades after his death. However, the empire he had built gradually fragmented as various Ayyubid princes asserted their independence and pursued their own ambitions. The Crusader states, weakened by Saladin's conquests, experienced a resurgence in the aftermath of his death. They exploited the divisions within the Ayyubid dynasty, regaining some of the territories they had lost. Saladin's death, while marking the end of his personal reign, did not erase his impact. His legacy as a unifier of the Muslim world and a chivalrous leader continued to inspire generations to come. The Ayyubid dynasty, despite its eventual decline, left a lasting mark on the Middle East, contributing to the cultural and architectural landscape of the region. Saladin's death, while a moment of loss, served as a transition point, ushering in a new chapter in the history of the Islamic world. Saladin's legacy extends beyond his political and military achievements. He was a patron of the arts and sciences, investing in the construction of mosques, madrasas, hospitals, and other public works. His architectural and cultural patronage left an enduring mark on the cities under his rule, enriching the intellectual and artistic landscape of the Islamic world. Saladin understood the importance of infrastructure and public works in solidifying his rule and promoting prosperity. He invested in the construction of fortifications, bridges, and irrigation systems, improving the lives of his subjects and strengthening his realm's defenses. His architectural projects were not merely functional. They were also designed to inspire awe and reflect the glory of his reign. He commissioned the construction of magnificent mosques, such as the Mosque of Umar in Jerusalem, which remains a testament to his piety and artistic vision. Saladin recognized the importance of education and scholarship in revitalizing Islamic civilization. He supported the establishment of madrasas, centers of Islamic learning, attracting renowned scholars and providing opportunities for students from diverse backgrounds. These institutions became hubs of intellectual ferment, contributing to the flourishing of Islamic law, theology, philosophy, and science. Saladin's cultural patronage extended beyond religious and intellectual pursuits. He was a supporter of the arts, encouraging musicians, poets, and artisans. His court became a center of cultural exchange, attracting talented individuals from across the Islamic world. Saladin's investment in architecture, education, and the arts had a lasting impact on the cultural landscape of the Middle East. His patronage enriched the intellectual and artistic life of his realm, leaving behind a legacy of architectural splendor and scholarly achievement. Saladin's life and deeds have been the subject of countless stories, poems, and historical accounts. His image has been shaped and reshaped over the centuries, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. The legend of Saladin, a blend of historical reality and imaginative embellishments, reflects the enduring power of narrative in shaping our understanding of the past. Saladin's own contemporaries recognized the importance of shaping his image. Chroniclers in his court documented his military exploits, his acts of piety, and his chivalrous conduct, contributing to the creation of an idealized portrait of the Sultan. These accounts, while based on historical events, were often infused with elements of exaggeration and literary flair, designed to enhance Saladin's reputation and solidify his legacy. In the centuries following Saladin's death, his story continued to be told and retold, evolving with each retelling. Poets and storytellers added their own interpretations, embellishing his deeds and highlighting aspects of his character that resonated with their audiences. The legend of Saladin transcended cultural and linguistic boundaries, finding its way into European literature and art. He became a popular figure in medieval romances, often portrayed as a noble and chivalrous adversary, a worthy opponent for Christian knights. His image served as a foil to the perceived barbarity of some Crusader leaders, highlighting the possibility of virtue and honor, even among those of different faiths. The enduring fascination with Saladin's story highlights the power of narrative in shaping our understanding of historical figures. His legend, a blend of historical fact and imaginative embellishment, continues to capture the imagination, reminding us that history is not merely a collection of facts, but also a tapestry woven from stories, interpretations, and cultural memories. Saladin's life and legacy continue to resonate centuries after his death. He was a complex and multifaceted figure, a brilliant military strategist, a shrewd politician, a devout Muslim, and a compassionate leader. His achievements, his failures, and his enduring image offer valuable insights into the complexities of leadership, the dynamics of intercultural conflict, and the power of narrative in shaping historical memory. Saladin's rise to power was a testament to his determination, his strategic brilliance, and his ability to unite disparate factions under a common cause. He recognized the need for Muslim unity in the face of the Crusader threat, dedicating himself to building a powerful empire capable of challenging Western dominance in the Holy Land. His military victories, culminating in the capture of Jerusalem in 1187, shifted the balance of power in the region, marking a turning point in the history of the Crusades. Saladin's legacy extends far beyond his military exploits. He is remembered for his chivalry, his sense of justice, and his merciful treatment of his enemies. His reputation for fairness and compassion transcended the religious and cultural divide, earning him the respect of his adversaries. His image has been idealized in both the Islamic world and the West, serving as a reminder that even in the midst of conflict, mutual respect and admiration are possible. Saladin's story continues to inspire, offering valuable lessons about leadership, the complexities of intercultural relations, and the enduring power of narrative in shaping our understanding of the past. He remains a figure worthy of study and admiration, a leader whose life and deeds offer insights into the human condition, the challenges of power, and the enduring search for justice and compassion in a world often marked by conflict.